enjoy.
What other tourist attractions are there in Ekiti?
There are many. There are heritage sites. Heritage sites that has to do with history of the community. Like the Olosunta Rock in Ikere, like the
caves.
The cave, the Esa Cave in Irepodu Ifelodo, like the benevolent rivers and streams, one of them being Ikogose, another one being Oni River in Efualaye, and there are so many. And there is the Ayoba Hill, on which Mr. Governor has put a very imposing government house. So we have so many of those monuments. There is the hill. There is the hill Okutagbo Kutaleri here in Ado Ekiti.
Okutagbo Kutaleri on a stone.
There are so many. And you know, there is the one that they said Orumina lived for 600 years.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that is the Ayoba Hill.
And there is the Ogonire Grove in Ekiti. There are so many of them. And then when you talk about religious tourism, there is the burial place of Ayoba Balola, the founder of Christ Apostolic Church, CAC. And there are so many of them. We are blessed with dams, waters, Ero Dam, Egbe Dam. The last tourism day was on the benefit of water to mankind and safeguarding it. And we took an excursion to one of the dams, Egbe Dam. And people who saw it on the Facebook were saying, where is this? Where is this? And I said, in Ekiti State, unbelievable. And there's the Ureje Dam near us in Ado Ekiti here that we're developing in partnership with the federal government to turn it into a theme park, a beautiful tourist site, and the work has begun on that.
And you have the cultural festivals as well.
Yes.
Okay.
The cultural festivals, throughout the year, you have one festival or the other coming up in one town or one village or the other. And the state government, since 2012, started a flagship tourism festival, the Ekifest, the State Festival of
Culture and Arts Expo.
Now, is all this information available on the website, on the state website?
Yes. On the state website. And beyond that, you know, you could have those ecotourism sites, and you could even have these festivals, you know, and all that, and nobody comes. The most important thing in the development of the sector is the creation of an environment that is attractive to tourists. Okay, and that is exactly what this government has done. When I came back after 25 years of living in other places, when I came back into the place in 2012, by 7-8 p.m. you couldn't come out of your house. There was no nightlife. But now, because of the provision of street lights, because of safety and security, because of the good roads you have in the state capital, by 1 a.m., 2 a.m., people are still about. To me, that is fundamental. Because you could spend billions of naira developing infrastructures and nobody comes.
But when people are coming even from the neighboring states. Because this Christmas period, I was in Ikogose, I was in Ipole Loro, and people came from the neighboring states, from Kwara, from Kogi, from Oshu. All the people came. So people are coming.
Okay, just before we wrap up, we need to wrap up now, we're being told. So Dr. Ajay, in terms of developing the environment to keep the aesthetics and also make it relevant to the day-to-day living of people, what are you doing? What's your ministry doing about that?
On the practical side of things, we ensure that the environment is properly maintained. But when you look at a more long-lasting and sustainable approach to conserving the environment, we're developing some of our forests to natural conservation zones, like the Ishon area. Then we have forests that we want to reserve just to be able to get more carbon credit for the state and to ensure the ecotourism of such areas are preserved, like the forest we have in Erefun. Then in this year, we're going to have a zoo developed somewhere around there as well. So there's so many things we're doing on that front, and for the forest too, because the way in which before this administration there used to be indiscriminate felling of trees in our forests. We have been collaborating with those in that sector, the sawmillers, the timber traders, and all the people involved in the sector to ensure that there's a sustainable way in which our forests are maintained. So apart from cutting down trees, we're also planting. For the past administrations, there hadn't been a lot of development in terms of planting of trees. Well, in 2013 alone, we planted many hectares of our forest reserves, and we're going to do much more of that. We're not just planting even commercial trees, we're also looking at preserving some of our indigenous trees, like Iroko, Obeche. Some of those things are already becoming extinct.
All right. Thank you. It was supposed to be a last word, one sentence.
One sentence, I'm sorry.
Please, in one sentence.
Thank you. The Ekiti state has become tourism destination by all global standards, and so we are waiting for the people. Okay. They are already coming. We want them to come more.
Okay. Your last word, ma'am.
My last word is that tourism, promotion of arts and culture, we have found out that it can be used to empower the youths, and so we're going to see that we use the creative industries to empower the youths and to bring economic empowerment to the state as well.
Thank you very much. We have been chatting with Chief Runka Okusoya, who is the Commissioner for Culture and Tourism in Ekiti State, Professor Ojo Bakare, who's Cultural Ambassador, as well as the Commissioner for Environment in Ekiti State, Dr. Eniola Ajayi. Thank you very much.
Thank you
for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Sunlight will return in just a moment with the home stretch. I look forward to that.
I do
So
too.
must you.